Tranquility Vacations. In a recent article written by Bethany Ramos, she writes, "I have to confess that I am like the average modern traveler. I'm quick to click on flight deals the moment they hit my inbox. This kind of immediate gratification makes me wonder, do travel agents even exist anymore?" To help us answer that question, right next to me here we have Raji Hanley, who is the sales and marketing assistant. Next to him is Hassani Pemberton, and she is a customer service and travel and cruise consultant. Jason Challenger is on my far left. He's supervisor and senior travel consultant. And Jasmine Weeks, right next to me, is the general manager of Tranquility Vacations. And tonight we will try to answer the questions that you have, whether or not you need to talk to a travel agent when you're making travel arrangements or any other arrangements as it relates to moving not only people but goods. We're going to take a break. We're going to hear from our folks at Brimstone Hill and, of course, Tranquility Vacations, and we'll be back on the other side.
Explore the history of St. Kitts with a visit to the Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park. This 42-acre complex of fortifications has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Upon entering the fortress, you can choose to visit the gift shop and orientation center, where you can purchase unique, high-quality items at duty-free prices. Or you can look in on the Fort George Museum, which boasts a collection of military and other exhibits unrivaled in the Eastern Caribbean. The breathtaking view of Brimstone Hill includes the mountain range and a view of several other islands on a clear day and of the Sandy Point Bay that the fortress once defended. Visit us and really experience the history of St. Kitts. This venue will also lend an indescribable ambience to your wedding or banquet.
Tranquility Vacations is a locally owned new and innovative travel facility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in our final descent.
Trip is good so far. Hoping to get better.
Our service offerings include exceptional deals in online travel assistance, affordable visa application services, memorable cruise vacations, extraordinary land tours, reliable event planning, and online shopping services.
I came to Barbados with Tranquility Tours. I get my visa. I have achieved what I have come.
At the embassy, everything went smoothly.
I had lots of fun on this trip. It's been fun for the one day, but I think it should have been 2 days.
And I would advise people to seek out Tranquility if they're going to come to Barbados to get a visa.
Mrs. Weeks and her staff.
I love you all. Thank you.
Visit us today at Rosemary Lane, Bastair, or give us a call at 466-8703, Nevis 661-14.
My name is Rihanna Davis. I go to SH Primary School. My favorite sport is tennis, and you're watching Action Sports.
My name is Ophel Hercules. I go to Newton Grove Primary School. My favorite sport is tug of war, and you are watching Action Sports.
My name is Anika Williams. I go to Eshridge Primary School. My favorite sport is football, and you are watching Action Sports.
Welcome back to the round table. As I said, for tonight, we're going to look at travel, because so many people travel in and out of St. Kitts Nevis, and we think that it was an important topic to bring to us tonight. The folks from Tranquility agreed to come and give us an education. And since they were so grateful, what we're going to do is we're going to give Jasmine an opportunity to tell us some of what Tranquility is involved in, as it relates to travel. I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for doing, business with ZIZ. And so we'll give you this opportunity now to kind of get into some of the stuff that you're who is involved in.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Jasmine Weeks, manager Tranquility Vacations. Tranquility Vacations, we are actually a travel agency with a difference. We are small, yet we have big ideas. We have 3 locations. Our main location is in Rosemary Lane, Basseterre. We do have an outlet in Sandy Point, and of course in Nevis we also do have an outlet in the Henville Mall. I won't go too much into what we do yet. I would wait until the further deliberations with my colleagues, except to say that we are here to dispel the myth that travel agents do have relevance. As a matter of fact, Tranquility Vacations continue to make great strides, and we believe that we can make a difference in spite of the challenges that we might face with technology. We still do serve a purpose, and we will continue to do so. I would want to stay here and let my other colleagues continue.
All right, thank you very much for that. And, you know, solid fighting words there to get us off tonight, of course. And we're gonna give you, the audience, an opportunity as well to weigh in, not only with your suggestions, but questions and commendations as well, because I'm sure some of you guys have used the service before. Jason, you're a senior. It says travel and cruise consultant. What do you do?
That's a good question. Yes, supervisor and senior consultant at Tranquility Vacations. Indeed, it is always a great opportunity to partner with ZIZ and to be here. Of course, we believe in giving information and allowing folks to be informed as much as possible. Now, my job really is to ensure the daily operations of the business are carried out to standard, ensure that the consulting that is being done, it's the information that is being given, it's efficient, it is timely, and it is accurate. And so for us at Tranquility Vacations, it is not just about booking flights and cruises and so forth, but it is offering great customer service. And I think for me, I try to be the balance in that setting in terms of what I do in Tranquility Vacations.
Okay, so we'll find out how balanced the scales are as we go further into the program. Hey, Raji, you're the sales and marketing consultant.
Yes,
so
sir.
you are responsible basically for letting people know what's going on at Tranquility. How is that working out for you?
Well, ever since I started, I've noted that, you know, when we do our promotions, we go all out, and we want to ensure that our customers are reliably informed with the promotions that we have, whether it may be a simple promotion regarding our Barbados trips, or even the promotions that we have going on now. We ensure that our customers are reliably informed and that we go the extra mile in ensuring that our customers know what the promotion entails, and also to ensure that they would have one of the greatest times of their lives.
All right, sounds pretty good. Hassani, you customer service, which is dear to my heart. That's an old cliche. I don't like cliches, but it's dear to my heart because you know what? People travel. You're sending me off to wherever, Barbados, Hawaii, wherever you're sending me off to, and that's one of the things that, I mean, you know, I have to have good customer service. So, what is your role in the office?
Okay, my name is Hassani Pemberton. Basically, I am also assisting Jason alongside cruise and travel.
Okay.
Basically, we have definitely to have customer service. It is important, it is viable. From the moment you enter the door, you have to be greeted with a smile, that warmth you must feel when you're in there. You must feel that, hey, I'm home. I'm here, they're taking care of what I need. I can just tell them what I need and it's gonna work out fine.
Correct, because you don't want to send me off on my vacation with
no, definitely not. Definitely not. You know, you can come in and leave at least knowing, well, hey, I'm going home. I've left this with Tranquility Vacations and they left me with good spirits and it's fine. When I come back tomorrow, I'll be smooth sailing and everything is gonna be going.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, good. So now that we know, you know, a little bit of what each of you guys do, I'm going to go back to you, Jasmine, for you to kind of get into some of this stuff that you guys are doing. I know there's a lot in terms of what should I say? You know, modern, unique experiences that you know, people probably wouldn't have thought about before when it comes to, you know, going to a travel agent. It was just a matter of booking a flight on Liat to get to Antigua or to Barbados or wherever, wherever else. But you guys have some unique experiences to offer to your customers.
Certainly. Like I indicated in my introduction, we are an agency with a difference. And I would want to begin my deliberations by giving a historical perspective with respect to how agencies have developed over time, the changes they would have gone through. And so bear with me while I make a brief presentation. There is no doubt that the continuing evolution of information technology has had a considerable impact on the travel service industry. The widespread public use of the internet has indeed created a number of conditions that have made us game changers in both beneficial and detrimental ways. That is as it affects the modern travel agency. As a result, many travel agencies in the 21st century have had to make considerable adaptation to remain relevant and solvent. Historically, when one thought of a travel agency, they would think of a place where one would go just to book tickets. And as far back as 10 to 15 years ago, it was a glamorous world when it comes to the travel agency. People became travel agents just to see the world, get free airline tickets, hop on a plane, and that was it. Now, being a travel agency, it has become a real career for us, and in Tranquility Vacations, for us it's a career. And we no longer stocking shelves and brochures and handwriting airline tickets. These are things of the past. The reality is that the typical travel agency of 15 years ago, which focused on point-to-point trips, is largely dead. And now, why is this so? We recognize that in times past, airlines offered travel agencies commissions, which they worked on, and so once you would have booked one ticket, you would have gotten a commission for that. That has since changed in recent times, and so there would have to be other ways for travel agencies now to recoup such lost funding. And so we recognize that travel agents would now have to become creative. Like I said, think outside the box in terms of how do we recoup such funds so that we remain viable and relevant. Cruise lines do still provide commissions, but it's not as much as that happened before. And so we have to continue to start thinking, be creative, using our initiatives. As Tranquility Vacations recognize that clients do still value the services that we offer, because we offer services that are unbiased, and we actually represent an impartial source of information for travelers. We believe that as travel consultants, we will continue to survive in the new marketplace because our clients know the value that we provide. We are an institution that target luxury, business, and niche travelers who value personal relationships and expertise over savings. It would be safe to say that with the changes through technology and other external factors, our institution continues to grow and improve through new business practices. In other words, we are turning challenges into opportunities. For example, we continue to focus on providing an increased value to our customers by becoming experts or specialists in certain types of travel or specific destinations. I'm sure you would have heard about our Camp Canada initiative, which started last year and is coming on again this year. This is something that we came up with, and we will deliberate some more on it as the evening progresses. We also are currently running a promotion called Cuba All Inclusive. That's another initiative for us, where we'll be actually traveling to Cuba All Inclusive package in July. We continue to implement new services that add value to our clients' transactions, such as frequent flyer accounts or discounted upgrades. The services that we offer are endless, and we continue to think outside the box in an effort not only to remain viable, but relevant to our clients. Let me just briefly outline some of the things that we do on a daily basis. First of all, We distill product information to provide our clients with the most competitive options, recognizing, of course, that not all customers are alike, and so their needs and purchasing capacity would differ. We also stay abreast of the most current and timely promotions. We do have last-minute travelers as clients, and who would want to keep abreast with the promotion so they can hop on a flight. Those persons who are retired, they're just waiting for something to happen, but of course they are looking at the cost, and so we have those persons in our database where we contact them and say, hey, we have a flight, a cheap promotion going on right now, hop on board, and we do make sure that that happens. We clarify the fine print. Sometimes, you know, fine print can get us into trouble, and so we discuss cancellation and penalties and other restrictions that normally you may not get this course online. If you go online, you may not necessarily read all the fine print. You get excited, you see a great deal, and you click, you send through your credit card, and bam, then something happens. You may not be able to travel, and then next thing you know, the fine print, this ticket is not transferable, it's not non-refundable, and the whole lot. And so we provide that service, so we engage our customers and advise them as to what is happening, what they're getting into in terms of their transaction. We also make recommendations on travel-related options. We consider budget constraints and other related matters that might impact customers, realizing, of course, that each of them would be different. We actually simplify the research of subsequent transactions. We go through the hassle of going through all the different channels, especially if you're booking a complicated multi-city flight and you may not be familiar with the cities, the airports. We simplify that research for you. We enhance the trip with value-added benefits and amenities. We use our cloud also to obtain best possible arrangements in seemingly impossible situations. And finally, and equally important, we get the problems resolved. And so for us as travel professionals, we work very hard on behalf of the customers. We see our role as travel consultants to make a trip, whether it's for work or pleasure, a stress-free and memorable experience. Our day-to-day activities are not solely based on spending time booking tickets and searching for affordable prices, however, but also we personalize our services for our individual clients. We continue to make use of the opportunities that lie in ancillary activities, example, organizing visas. We operate in a global market, and while some restrictions may be lapsed now, as you know, we operate in, for example, we are part of CARICOM, and so we can travel in CARICOM without any visa requirements to the Caribbean. However, if we were to also, let me just say too, that even to travel to Europe, we are part of the European Union now, right. So we no longer need Schengen visa. So that is fine, at least citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. However, you know, we do require visas to travel to the US and recently Canada. We also need that. And if you stay in tune with us, you know that in this area, many of us, you would know that we are the leaders when it comes to visas. We consider ourselves to be the leading visa specialist to our Visa Success Program.
And do you do visas not only for the U.S. but
for all visas, any type of visas. We do visas for any destination. We do any type of visa. We also do that, and my colleagues would deliberate a little bit on that. We also provide advice on inoculation requirements, weather conditions, currency and exchange rate, and other relevant related travel matters. Really, the key differentiators have to be the human touch, the personal service that we provide, the convenience, and the end-to-end booking management. Many people still find assurance in talking to another person and knowing that they are being taken care of by an expert. And of course, Hassani would go into that into more detail. Our mandate really is to become the premier travel agency in the Federation. I would want to say that we actually, I think I can safely say that we might be the, I think that we are the premier travel agency in the Federation. We actually serve with a difference. And
you heard that first on ZIZ.
Yes, and we are actually just 2.5 years old, and we have made, 2.5 years old, and we have made some inroads, if I can say so myself. And I'm sure when the callers do call in, get the opportunity, they will actually confirm such. Okay, our team is well trained, and we boast competencies in French and Spanish, addressing the challenges associated with the language barrier, because that, of course, can be a challenge. We operate strategically, like I said in my earlier introduction. We have 3 locations. Our main branch is in Rosemary Lane. and we have an outlet in the Sandy Point area, the Mount Island Sandy Point, and we also have an outlet in Nevis in the Henville building. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all our customers to continue to support us. We actually take pride in our operations, which in turn provides our suppliers, employees, and our clients the security necessary to work with us. Because we live by the motto, treat others the way you would like to be treated. And my colleague would elaborate on this when she addresses the importance of customer service in the travel industry. I would want to wrap up a bit just for a while, and would want to conclude for now and say that there is no denying that we live in a technological world, and so our role as professional travel consultants continues to adapt to reflect the changes within the travel industry and the difference in the way people think and travel. The travel consultants at our office recognize that consumers today have done their homework and are knowledgeable about what they want, at least most of them. We take the approach that all clients who visit our office or even call desire an in-depth personal approach and want the advice and expertise of a professional. And so I would want to say that despite the many challenges posed by the escalated use of the internet for direct online booking, we are of the firm conviction that without a travel agent, you're on your own. And this way of thinking really exemplifies the importance that we as professionals view our role in today's changing market. I would want to rest here and let my colleagues take on another angle of the discussion.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Jason. I mean, and your boss just gave a dissertation. It sounds really good, but some people would still ask the question. Well, hey, listen, I can go online. I can go to Expedia. I can go to all these other fancy websites. TripAdvisor, and they provide me with so much more information. Why should I come down to Rosemary Lane or Mount Idle or Henville Plaza?
That's a good question, Mr. O'Gara. And I want to start by stating that websites cannot distinguish between cheap and the best value. Part of the problem that we have when persons go online and they are making certain bookings is that websites are not proactive. And as a result, it just offers you the raw price. It does not really offer you the value, or say, for example, to you. This is where we're taking you. We're taking you from St. Kitts to Miami, Washington. Let's say you're going off to Dominican Republic after, and while stopping in Dominican Republic, you want to come back on BA. A website may not give you that sort of service because there are clients who know exactly what they want. However, a lot of websites, what they do, it's that they put everything for you. They package everything and they say, here, take this, and that's it. There's no consultation. And so for us,
personalization.
Personalization, of course. And so for us, that is the area that we boast on. Now, in this technological world that we're living in, of course, persons have access to the internet. But when it comes to completing certain things, of course, you would need experts. And that is where I think Tranquility Vacations boast, in the fact that we have experts who deal in certain areas and can give you expert advice. I'm sure you would not go to a skin doctor if you're having a heart condition. And so I think too often that is what happens when we go online. They don't know the client. Websites don't have clients, and they don't know the client. So they don't know Monarch O'Gara likes he likes aisle seat. He likes to have
close to the
kosher dinner,
to the elevator.
Close to the elevator room. There are things like that a website cannot tell you or cannot disseminate. And so you would have to depend on the travel agents as ourselves, and travel agents at Tranquility Vacations, of course.
I want to just get in for a little bit here, though. I mean, is there any type of travel that you would recommend somebody, do online? Not that, we're going to take any business away from you. But is there, well, maybe I should ask the question the other way. Is there anything that you would refuse?
No,
not at all.
In fact, you know, right now we're working on sending people to the moon. That's another side note. But really, no, I'm telling you, the travel world has evolved in such a way that technology does not, we don't shun from it. It enhances our business.
But maybe the question that I wanted to ask, though, if somebody's on a budget travel, you know, hey, I'm just going to Miami. I'm spending one day in Miami, and I'm coming right back.
Yes, of course, we can offer you budget travel. I think what happens also, persons sometimes, for example, you go online, you're booking a ticket maybe to St. Martin. Oftentimes, if you're using Liat, for example, it defaults to the cheapest. The cheapest may not always be the most convenient for you. So, for example, there's a flight that sometimes takes you from St. Kitts to Antigua before it takes you to St. Martin. And so there are persons who may not even be aware of that. And even when it comes to going, say, for example, to Barbados, it might default to the cheapest. The cheapest may take you St. Kitts, Antigua, Dominica, Guadeloupe. And so for somebody who is, I'm sending my mother who is maybe 75 years old, would that be the best? Because it's cheaper, the internet, Liat.com, does not tell you, hey, for a 75-year-old, you should choose maybe the 521, which
or any other website, not necessarily Liat.
Right. And so, Expedia.
You're a very good friend at Liat.
Okay, we should say Expedia or whatever if you have to use them.
We have very, very good friends at Liat.
No, but I'm just using that as an example, as most people would know of that. But yeah, and so for us, it is not about always cheap, but it's about what is more convenient, because there are lots of routes that you can take that you may want to go to say Geneva, and there are routes that can take you there where you don't have to do much overnight and so forth. But when you go on Expedia, it doesn't tell you all the time that, hey, this is just a 1 hour layover, and so you'll have to grab your luggage from this. And some persons don't know that some airlines don't have relationship, and so if you're trying to say you're maybe booking a flight, hey, I'll book my own flight from St. Kitts to Puerto Rico, but you didn't realize that because you went on a website that you're booking another flight from Puerto Rico to take you, let's say, to San Francisco, you don't realize that, hey, it was just an hour time, and I have to stop for my luggage, and hey, I'm taking Liat, which is not always very reliable, I must say that. Last night they were very good and on time. So big up to
yes, they were coming in on time. Anyway, I'm gonna stop you right there. We're gonna take a break. And we'll come back on the other side. We'll hear from our friends at Brimstone Hill, of course. That's the Brimstone Hill Society, and we want to say thanks to them for coming on board and sponsoring the show, and also thanks as well to our friends from Tranquility, who came along tonight to give us an education in what should I say, the goodness of the travel agents.
The relevance.
The relevance. There you go. That's an even better word. We'll be back.
Tranquility Vacations is a locally owned new and innovative travel facility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in our final descent.
Trip is good so far. Hoping to get better.
Our service offerings include exceptional deals in online travel assistance, affordable visa application services, memorable cruise vacations, extraordinary land tours, reliable event planning, and online shopping services.
I came to Barbados with Tranquility Tours. I get my visa. I have achieved what I have come.
At the embassy, everything went smoothly.
I had lots of fun on this trip. It's been fun for the 1 day, but I think it should have been 2 days.
And I would advise people to seek out Tranquility if they're going to come to Barbados to get a
Mrs. Weeks and her staff.
We love you all. Thank you.
Visit us today at Rosemary Lane, Bastair, or give us a call at 466-8703, Nevis 661-14.
Want to get the latest news and information on demand? Check out ZIZonline.com. Our website is updated daily to bring you all the latest local, regional, and international news. Gone abroad and miss home? Check out zizonline.com for our live streams and uploaded local content. We're also on Facebook. Like our page and receive photos, info, and updates directly on your newsfeed. Living on the go? Then our new mobile website can work for you. Visit zizonline.com and get all the information you need on your phone's browser. zizonline.com, reaching you wherever you are.
Explore the history of St. Kitts with a visit to the Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park. This 42-acre complex of fortifications has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Upon entering the fortress, you can choose to visit the gift shop and orientation center, where you can purchase unique, high-quality items at duty-free prices. Or you can look in on the Fort George Museum, which boasts a collection of military and other exhibits unrivaled in the Eastern Caribbean. The breathtaking view of Brimstone Hill includes the mountain range and a view of several other islands on a clear day, and of the Sandy Point Bay that the fortress once defended. Visit us and really experience the history of St. Kitts. This venue will also lend an indescribable ambience to your wedding or banquet.
We are Van 12 Primary School, and you are watching ZIZ TV.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire, and we burning one hell of a something. They're gonna see us from outer space, light it up, like we're the stars of the human race,
Welcome back to the roundtable, and as you can tell, so far our discussions are going pretty well. Of course, we know that St. Kitts is a hotbed for travel, not only in but out, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why, airlines are, decreasing flights to other destinations while they're increasing ours, and I'm sure that's good news for you guys. But we're talking about basically the survival of the travel agency in the modern world of, social media. Everybody's on the go. People don't have time to even watch some of the ads. They use ads on television probably for, except ZIZ, of course, as their, break time to go to the bathroom or the refrigerator. But Raji, you guys have some unique ways of reaching your customers, not only young, because, there are lots of people who are out there now on social media. They're on the internet, and of course, numbers are showing that St. Kitts has probably one of the highest internet penetration in the Caribbean and probably further afield. So how do you use that to your advantage?
Well, one of the things that we have done is that we have actually took that information and we've made an analysis, and we've said that we'd be using social media such as Facebook, Twitter, even Instagram, to post pictures of our Barbados trips. And we've used different forums. We've used print forums as well, and we've also used word of mouth, which has been working well with us. And we are the leaders in travel, I must say, and we ensure that once we start doing a promotion or even anything that's going on with Tranquility Vacations, we don't go halfway. We actually go full throttle with our promotions. Anything that we're doing, we just ensure everything is going well. Customers actually understand what we're actually supposed to be doing, what they are expected as well. And we just want to make sure that it's a hassle-free process. So social media has helped us a lot in ensuring that that is done, because we would tell customers we're having this promotion at a certain time, and maybe, for example, our Cuba promotion, it's being grasped very well by a lot of persons, and we have been pushing that promotion for some time. And I can tell from the information that I've been getting is that persons are actually grasping the concept of the Cuba promotion, and that is all because we actually sit down and we strategize as to how we're going to go forth in marketing our promotions, our products and the services, because we want to ensure that at the end of the day, our customers will be very informed pertaining to what we are doing and we don't want that, you know, a customer would come in and we're going to be talking to them about the promotion. They get excited, you know. They're going to get excited about the whole thing. And they're going to be like, tell me more, I want to know more. And being able to give the customer all that information that they need, it's actually a plus.
So, getting a little bit more into the Cuba trip, because Cuba is, you know, an interesting place, of course.
Sure is.
Now that, I mean, the U.S. have taken a lot of the embargo. I don't know about the embargo. I think travel restrictions and stuff like that. You know, right now, how do you get to Cuba from St. Kitts?
Okay, with the Cuba trip, the way how it would be done, you'd be leaving St. Kitts, and then you'd be going St. Kitts to St. Martin, St. Martin to Curacao, and then from Curacao to Cuba. You would be spending a night in Curacao before you go to Cuba, and when you're coming back, you'd also be spending another night in Curacao as well. So it's basically an all-inclusive promotion. You don't have to worry about anything at all.
What about the language?
We'll have somebody there with you. So that's not an issue. One of our agents who's actually competent in Spanish would actually go, and, you know, if there's any language barrier between any of the clients, we would ensure that it's not to that extent where they won't understand.
Now, for the people who are interested but probably not familiar, and I don't know if you want to go into any more details such as dates and stuff like that for the Cuba, because it sounds interesting to me. I mean, I think, you know, in St. Kitts Nevis, we've grown accustomed to, I don't know, we've kind of, you know, forgot about Caribbean travel, except except it's absolutely necessary. You know, we have American coming in and out of Miami every single day. I mean, so it's easy now to take a day trip. But Cuba, I mean, very, very interesting for me. I actually had the opportunity to visit before, so. Maybe if you tell me some more, I'll, you know, visit again.
Okay. Well, with the Cuba promotion, it's actually the 9th to the 18th of July, and it includes your hotel, your accommodations. Most meals are included. You have the Havana tour, and you have the Ocar tour, and you have a Vadero tour. It's basically, so when you go to Cuba, you'd be exploring Cuba, and you would also be getting, you know, that cultural exchange that many persons have been looking for. They're like, you know, they've seen things of Cuba on the television, but they haven't, you know, actually gone to experience that firsthand. So we're actually giving persons that opportunity to go to Cuba, to experience all of that firsthand, and
airport transfers and everything are all,
airport transfers. Everything is inclusive of the package. The package is pricing at $5,775.
That's easy.
Yes. Okay. And it includes everything, so you don't have to worry about, you know, plane ticket or hotel or, you know, that sort of thing. We take care of everything.
All you need is spending money for the mall.
Yes. And Tranquility Vacations, we just ensure that our customers don't have to worry about anything. It's all a case where you would come to us, and we ensure that everything is done to a T, and we also pay attention to detail. So whether, let's suppose, you have an issue, and you don't know what to do. You're spinning around, want to know, how are you going to solve this? You don't really have to worry, because we are here, and we would recognize that you're having an issue, and we would solve it in the best possible way that we can. And we want to ensure that at the end of the day, our customer will be, thank you so much for solving that, you know?
And that's probably Hassani's job to ensure that, you know, people who come to the office, because I know some people, you know, they pick up the phone and they call, but some people just love that face-to-face.
Yeah, because,
you know,
at Tranquility Vacations, as much as, you know, everybody wants to go online, book that flight, there are some things technology just cannot replicate. Okay, and the personal touch is definitely one. We try to base that at Tranquility Vacations. You're greeted with a smile. We take you to the things that you need to know, you need not to know. It's definitely all in the customer service portion. Customer service is actually, it's in a sense dying, but still there are people like us
You say dying.
Dying because there are persons who actually don't consider.
It's on its way to Springfield.
So that's not what we want. See, that's not what we want. So we want to make sure that when you come in, there is still that warmth. You feel that need, that you're important. Okay? There isn't a right or wrong because of the factors that makes customer service good, because there isn't much to differentiate with that. Some persons might say customer service is giving a customer all that it needs. You know the saying, the customer is always right, but there is much more to go further than that. You know?
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe that needs to change now, though. That the customer is always right.
Yeah, well, right. That's what I'm saying.
In a modern world, you know, I think the customer needs to understand what is right.
And we say that the customer is not always right, but our aim is to make the customers feel that they're always right. And that is what we set out to do. And I wanted to just to add with respect to customer service, it's not just only the personal touch, the whole ambience of the office is important as well. When customers enter the office, they must feel at home, they must feel comfortable. Whether or not you're treating with a particular agent, the atmosphere in itself must be conducive to, you know, comfort, confidence, and all of that, because people are coming to the doors. Some people come to the doors with a lot of issues, so to speak. I mean, they would have had a hard night, a hard morning, and they are very irate. I mean, we get them every day, and we can boast that all, I mean, most, if not all, our customers leave actually smiling. And sometimes you actually have to tell them, okay, nicely, not to chase them away, but okay, thank you, can I have the next customer? Because we really try our best to make our customers happy, because we recognize the importance of customer service. It goes a long way. For us, the value it provides, I mean, so persons are happier from what we've observed and heard. Persons are happier coming to the office, paying extra for that level of service that we provide, as opposed to going to another outlet where it's cheaper, but the service is not good. You just wash off the customer. They're probably in some shabby place. You don't even know, you know, you're talking to somebody, you don't even know who you're speaking with. Persons are happy to come to our office where we sit, dialogue with you, discuss all the options, smile with you, and give you that satisfaction. And I can tell you that we get great reviews for a 2.5-year-old business. I could say that we actually are on the right path.
That's true. Okay. Hassani?
Yeah, because like I said, online, when you go online, the technology of online cannot replace the expertise and the guidance that we actually bring to you. There are persons who are hectic, they don't have much time. Even if, like we said, the flight is cheap online, but the essence of just going there, you've had a hard day, you've got much on your mind, you come into us, you tell us, look, this is what we're looking for. I can't say much right now, but I'm going to leave this with you because I've had a hard day. Now they're looking for us to make this happen. We take it with a smile and we said, don't worry, Raji, we got this. Tomorrow you can come in and we will have something definitely laid out for you. You go home, rest assured. I'm tired, but I left this with Tranquility Vacations and I was very tired, I was very angry, had a hectic day, but they made me smile before I left.
And
online, you can't get that.
You know, just to add to that, and I like to give real-time examples as to things that happen. About 2 weeks ago, I had a gentleman that came into the office, and he came in to have some information, to receive some information, and to have a service completed for him. One of the things that we observed, firstly, which a website cannot detect for you, was that his passport had no place of birth. I don't know how many websites detect that. Additionally, so we had to advise him to get that rectified. He came back in on Friday. He left for Barbados with me on Sunday. He came back. He now can boast that him and his wife-to-be, and I hope you're listening, got his visa. And she got, listening and watching, got their visa. And so it is things like that that the website cannot offer you. And so we hear people say, oh, I go in online or whatever. We have to also realize that it's not everyone can go online. Online, you're booking a ticket maybe to, let's say, Switzerland. You may have to come up with maybe $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 US immediately. A lot of persons may not have that credit card or that spending power or what have you. What do we offer? We offer payment plans. Websites don't offer that. And so these are little things and areas that we can advise you. There's some persons who may be, for example, going to the UK for the first time, and little things that they don't know, because we have traveled to places such as the UK and we know exactly the hard times, because even though you're coming from St. Kitts holding a St. Kitts passport, there is no guarantee that the immigration officer is going to let you walk out of that airport. And so the information that we can offer that will set this person straight. People go online, it doesn't tell you, hey, I should really know the name of the person I'm going to, or even have some background information as to what the person does, because these are little questions, and of course it is discretionary. The immigration officer can put that to you. So there are little things that using a website, Travelocity, Expedia, whatever, cannot offer you.
So as it relates to that then, and I mean, you know, I've had two instances of travel, and I was mentioning it to you guys before we got on the set, and it relates to documents, because I think that's one of the, I mean, I've seen this happen so many times, I just don't understand it. As recent as February during the elections, for the election night, you know, we contracted someone to come from Trinidad, and hey, the day before they're scheduled to come here to do this work for us, they say, well, my passport has expired. So the question that I have then, as it relates to documents, visa, and all of that good stuff, is that services that you provide as well?
That is something that we provide, and we are efficient when it comes to that. There are agents, other agencies around, you know, within St. Kitts and Nevis, and you know, oftentimes it's having that extra eye, so to speak. You just don't book a flight for someone and you know, confirm a ticket and never have that agent have that client come in and bring their passport to you. That's a no-no. There are people who sometimes when they're booking tickets online, they don't have, let's say, they only have a non-immigrant visa for going to, say, the United States, and they're booking a one-way ticket going to the United States, and they're not going up on a student's visa, or you know, they don't have a status as a green card or a U.S. citizen. And so these are little things that sometimes people think that they can do because I'm doing it online, or you know, whatever, and you can get away with it. It is not often that be the case. And also, I mean, when it comes to planning a particular trip, I think that again, Expedia and those kind of places cannot really tell you or tell the client. Everyone is on the same level, but when a client comes to us, we can individualize that service that we offer, because we know Mr. O'Gara is coming. We know this is what he likes. He likes quiet, so he's not looking to have his stateroom maybe next to an elevator because he likes quiet, because then he's going to have to make complaints, and then, oh, you knew it was by an elevator and you booked me there. And these are things that happen because you hear the elevator going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I think my boss, she actually got a credit from, I think, I won't say the cruise line, but she got a credit because she was placed next to an elevator that, you know, made a lot of noise all through the night. So these are little things that...
But some people like to be close to the elevator so they can get, they can get down.
I think a lot of it has to do with profiling your customers. You have to know what your case is. One time a customer comes to the office, you automatically decide whether this customer will be our customer for life, and so you profile them so the next time they come to the office. And sometimes it's very interesting when we actually call our customers by name. They look at us like, you remember me, and we said yes, because that is part of the service that we provide.
It more or less enables us to, you know, develop a strong relationship, you know,
and personalize the services that they. So I mean, do you guys specialize in I don't know, destinations or type of travel recommendations for customers, because if you profile them, you must know, well, okay, this person does not like to travel during winter. So, I'm looking for something in the summer for them.
We actually, when the concept of Camp Canada came about, that was something that we thought of, because what we found that we have a lot of savvy travelers, we have a lot of retired persons. They are bored. After a while, they stay here, and there's nothing to do, especially during the summer. And we thought that, Canada would be a great idea. And when we say Camp Canada, it's not necessarily a camp. It's just dubbed Camp Canada because initially it started off as a camp, a local camp. Then we thought that, in speaking with the children, we realized that some of them had never traveled anywhere. And then we said, okay, why not try Canada? Give them a different taste, because in the Caribbean, we're so similar. So we decided to do Camp Canada. Of course, that time, there was no visa requirement. That was last year.
That was
and so we had a great team going up to Canada, and we said this destination is ideal. We were able to do Wonderland, we were able to do Niagara Falls, we were able to do the whole,
and so this is where parents or family members were allowed to travel.
And the kids as well. It was a diverse group.
Yeah, because initially we set out for the kids. It was actually set up for the kids to travel. And so we had 15 children signed up to do that, because of course sometimes when you're doing something for the first time, people are a bit timid. Okay, now, so we had 15 children to go. And believe me, 1 week before we were able to go off, the group doubled. And it doubled by parents. We had adults wanting to go, and we had a fantastic time. And this year, it promises to be awesome as well.
Yeah, and what's the dates for...
This is 27th of July to the 9th of August.
And the area, I had a parent call me the other day wanting to know, hey, where is it exactly, you guys? The area that we're staying in Toronto, I like to let people know that, there's a hospital, there's a police station, and there's a church. Those are 3 basic things for me that is paramount. And so...
no casinos,
no, but those are the basic...
We will have to book you on another person.
So persons have that idea, that these things are available. And so, one of the things also, we were able to partner with a camp there for the kids. So the kids had an opportunity to spend time with other children who are, from Toronto. And so they had that experience of, breaking the cultural barriers and learning different things, because that is what what Tranquility Vacations tries to offer. Our job really is not to just take you or send you someplace, but to teach you the teachings, and so that you learn. We just don't want you to, hey, I'm going to New York and that's it. We offer you, hey, would you like us to, see if there's any opera shows that are taking place during this time that you'll be there? Because too often I think that, we limit ourselves as, black people in terms of traveling. It's just about going to Burger King, Old Navy. Traveling is not so much about that. It's about, hey, going to the art museums. It's about taking maybe a wine class, And these are things when you do cruises that you learn and you realize, hey, for example, I remembered I saw some persons in Toronto, and one of the places that this father was taking his family was and it was a black family. They were taking them to the museum, and I thought that was so refreshing because, oftentimes we eliminate those places and we think, it's all about shopping. It's not so much about that, but it's learning life's experience and, experiencing those things that, hey, that we can be here tonight and have a discussion about it.
But then, of course, there's some people who just want to go as a regular. They don't want to go as a tourist.
Of course,
as well. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a break. And, of course, we did say earlier that we're going to allow callers to join us, because I'm sure there must be people who want seeking information. They probably have advice for us as well. And so we'll take your call at 466-2666. And just as the disclaimer, of course, I'd like to, for the folks who are listening on radio, 96.1, and those who are listening, of course, on our newest, what should I say?
Website.
Our newest technological advanced equipment. Of course, that's the ZIZ News app. It's available on Apple. So if you have an iPhone, you can get it there on iPad. And it's available for Android users as well in the Google Play Store. So you can, get all our information there. So what we'll do, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some more discussions, and then we'll have, then we'll get the callers to come in and join us. So take a break. We'll hear from Brimstone Hill. We'll be right back.
In a world where the more you do, the more it costs, Tranquility Vacations allows you to do it all without making it all add up on you. We have planned amazing vacations and put it together at one affordable all-inclusive price. Flights, hotels, meals, and drinks. Everything is covered. And when you're not worried about spending too much money, you can focus on spending time with those who matter most. So go ahead, make time, make memories, make it easy on your wallet. Tranquility Vacations. Do something you'll never forget.
Mi son suena lleno de emoción cuando guitarras y claves se entrelazan y cantan del corazón. Amor, yo te tengo mucho amor. Cuba todo el mundo sabe que eres tú la que tiene sabor. Soy de Cuba. Y ese es mi orgullo, mi hermano, mi orgullo de ser cubano. Yo quiero saber dónde son los cantantes. Si los encuentro galantes y los quiero conocer. Trovas fascinantes que me las quiero ver. ¿Y dónde serán? ¡Ay, mamá! Serán de La Habana, serán de Santiago, tierra soberana. Son de la Loma y cantan en llanos. Ya verás cómo no va a ser cubano. Una perla en el Caribe, una flor tropical, una barca que se exhibe sobre el mar de cristal. Es así mi Cuba, una fiesta de color. Yo quiero saber dónde son los cantantes. Es así mi Cuba, que los encuentro galantes y los quiero conocer. Trovas fascinantes que me las quiero brindar. ¿Dónde serán? ¡Ay, mamá! Serán de La Habana, serán de Santiago, tierra soberana. Son de la Loma y cantan en llanos. Ya verás cómo no, mamá, yo soy de la Loma. Mamá, yo canto. Una fiesta de colores en la que me queda. Cuba, yo le canto a Cuba. Yo te quiero, Cuba. Viva siempre Cuba. Yo soy de Cuba. Cuba, Cuba. Cuba, Cuba. Sí, señor. Cuba, Cuba. Porque soy de Cuba. Cuba, Cuba. Cuba, Cuba. Yo soy de
Explore the history of St. Kitts with a visit to the Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park. This 42-acre complex of fortifications has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Upon entering the fortress, you can choose to visit the gift shop and orientation center, where you can purchase unique, high-quality items at duty-free prices. Or you can look in on the Fort George Museum, which boasts a collection of military and other exhibits unrivaled in the Eastern Caribbean. The breathtaking view of Brimstone Hill includes the mountain range and a view of several other islands on a clear day, and of the Sandy Point Bay that the fortress once defended. Visit us and really experience the history of St. Kitts. This venue will also lend an indescribable ambience to your wedding or banquet.
Hey there, everyone. I'm GQ, and that's GCUE from ZLIZ Radio 96.1 Morning Show. Inviting you to check out the show and check out the vibes, man. It's informative, it's entertaining, and trust me, I have the hits of today. So when you get a chance, check it out for yourself, man. It's ZLIZ Radio 96.1. Tune in and let's have some fun.
Welcome back to the round table, and tonight, of course, we're looking at the travel industry and we're thinking outside the box. We want to make sure that, you know, people see the relevance of the travel agent still. So, and you guys, I'm sure, I mean, travel now in St. Kitts, since our cruise industry has developed, has expanded in a lot of different areas. And Jasmine, you mentioned earlier, of course, seeking other means of revenue, considering that commission from, you know, booking airline flights is not what it used to be before. Of course, our task tonight is to, you know, let people know that the travel agent is still relevant. And during this segment, we will take some calls. We'll go through, of course, the number is 466-2666 if you want to reach us here on the show. But Jasmine, you had some more information for us as to some of the other things that, because I think back in the day, you know, travel agents, you know, were going on a plane.
Essentially, yes. We are trying to, well, there is the feeling and there's a myth that taking a cruise is for the wealthy, and we as travel agents have tried to dispel that myth. Well, we've tried to tell people that cruise is actually affordable and you get value for your money. Now, why would one want to take a cruise as opposed to taking?
I've never been, so I'm waiting for you to convince me.
Okay, and our motto when it comes to cruises is if you haven't lived until you've cruised.
Oh my God, I'm getting
essentially,
too old for that.
when you take a cruise, you cruise for a number of reasons, and you get, first is value for money. You pay for your cruise, and then that's it. You get on the cruise, you can eat all you want. You can use, well, yes, of course that. You can eat all you want. I mean, you eat 24/7. And you can also go to the gym, of course. There's a gym on board. So don't feel too guilty if you eat as much as you want. You can always go to the gym and exercise. But who goes to the gym when they're on a cruise? Who worries about gaining weight? I think the research has shown that people generally gain at least 5 to 10 pounds once they would have cruised. So that has to be considered, when you decide to take a cruise. You probably have to go to the gym first and then go on the cruise.
I'm not sure why, you know, I was the target here.
You know. Another reason why you would cruise is the convenience. Just imagine, okay, I want to go to, say, St. Lucia. I go via Antigua. I might take a stop off in Dominica, maybe, you know, Dominica. And then I get to St. Lucia for my vacation. Yet, my luggage is in another terminal. I may not have gotten my luggage. But I'm staying at the Bay Gardens Hotel. Yes, but my meals, probably the breakfast is included in my package. However, I have to buy my lunch, I have to buy my dinner, and that type of thing. When you buy a cruise, you're actually buying the entire package. You can eat, like I said, all you want. There's buffet, you can be dine and wine as much as you want if you so choose. So there's that difference. Also, of course, you know, once you get on that cruise, you're on the cruise, your luggage gets on the cruise, you unpack once. You wake up one morning and you're in another destination, but you would have unpacked. You don't have to pack your bag in to get to another port. That is the convenience of that. There's also the experience that you get from, you know, you meet different people from different from different destinations, and so you get that cultural experience. One particular night you might be dining with some persons from Poland, for example. You might be dining with persons from different destinations, Peru, and you'll be surprised what you learn while dining for that short period from, you know, learn of the different cultures there. I also would like to talk about the relaxation aspect, because that's why you cruise, to relax. Nobody's bothering you. Your boss is not calling you and asking you any question. Your family's not calling you. Your spouse, maybe if you go leave your spouse or your family, your partner. Sometimes girls go on the cruise and they leave the guys behind with the kids, and you can go and then you relax yourself, you stay in your room, you call for room service. If you do not want to come out of your room, you can call for room service, and that is absolutely free. No dishes, no bed to make up. I mean, it's absolutely the best vacation ever.
I can't imagine being on a boat for a week.
Oh no, it's like a floating hotel. You don't ever feel like you're on a cruise. You just relax. And one of the things in relation to cruises, what we're trying to encourage is, actually in recent times we have been doing a lot of weddings on board, destination weddings. Instead of the formal, traditional going into a church setting, you know, you can actually go on a cruise and it actually can work out cheaper. You won't have the I just want to the persons in your picture, so you don't want. Sometimes you get married at the St. George's Anglican Church, and then when you look back at your pictures, you see people they're peering through all the windows, they're peering on the corner by singer, and they're on the corner. Everybody's in your picture right? On the cruise. I mean, people are going about Mandobis, but there's this private setting. The ambience is it's fantastic. It's just great, and so we want to encourage. We've been doing it.
And you don't have to buy food for everybody's.
Oh no, you don't. You don't have to buy food.
So the guests is definitely.
The guests definitely. They get the food. You don't have to worry about the food, the catering that come, and all those things. The food is right on board.
One other thing, though, and I know some people are not able to secure that U.S. visa to board at a U.S. port. What are the options for those persons out of St. Kitts?
Well, of course, there are non-visa cruises that are offered, and for example, the MSC. The MSC has certain cruises that they offer for non-visa holders, and so that it leaves from either Martinique or Guadeloupe. You get Dominican Republic, Tortola, St. Martin, Antigua, amongst others.
No, St. Kitts and Nevis?
St. Kitts and Nevis, yeah. Actually, there's one for Easter next year, the 27th of March.
Leaving from St. Kitts?
MSC Orchestra. No, it's not leaving from St. Kitts, but it's coming.
Included.
St. Kitts is included, you know, and so, but too often I think that persons, when they say they want to cruise, sometimes you hear people, oh, I want to cruise, but I don't want to go to a Caribbean island. We get that. That is so cliche. Why I say that? Because everyone has this ideology that, hey, I want to go to the UK, I want to go, but the further away you try to cruise, the more expensive it becomes. And so you want to realize that, you know, do things as baby steps. You know, you want to start off maybe doing a Carnival, you may want to go to Norwegian or Royal Caribbean, you may choose to do a Princess, you know, and so you want to make sure that, you know, the type of cruise that you are selecting, and again, that's something that the internet may not be able to offer you in terms of the cruise that would suit a person's or client's personality or their needs, because sometimes persons just want to relax.
Oh, yes.
I don't want, you know, I hate noise, I don't want to be around kids, you know, so put me on a cruise where there are people who all they want to do is lay by the pool, read a book, or what have you. And so that is something that we identify with the client, find out what they're looking for, so that when we choose to book them, or when we give them the options, that it is the best option, and it is the option in keeping with their travel needs.
One of the other things I want to get back to, and of course we're, you know, justifying the fact of having the travel agent. Of course, we do need visas to travel to, you know, certain countries from St. Kitts and Nevis. What role do you guys play in something like that?
You know, that's a really good question, Mr. O'Gara, because you know, I remembered about maybe about a year ago, we had a person who was looking to go to Barbados for the visa, and did not realize, was stunned because they had went to another place, and you know, the person, you know, told them, hey, all you don't need a, but someone says to them, you know, you should go up the road and check out this place and whatever. And he was stunned when I said, no, you know, you're a holder of such and such a passport, and that you would need a visa. Persons who hold, let's say, African passports, Indian passports, Dominican Republic passports, they need a visa to enter Barbados. And so that is a service offering that we assist with, because someone who holds a Dominican Republic passport cannot just get up and fly to Barbados. First thing, if they book a ticket online, and again, online may not tell you that, you know, Avenis at the airport may stop you and say, hey, you can't board this flight. You know, so, you know, these are things that we offer, as well as with the new imposition with the Canadian visa requirement, long before persons who hold St. Kitts and Nevis passports, Tranquility Vacations always did Canadian visas, because one of the things, and I don't know if it is a myth or what have you, but persons felt it was easier who didn't want to apply for, let's say, a U.S. visa, applied for a Canadian visa, let's say a Jamaican passport holder. He or she may choose to apply to Canada because they say, hey, I only have to send my documents document, I don't have to feel, any sense or subject to any scrutiny or anything that, hey, I'm denied. And, everyone cannot take rejection very well. And so, of course, they avoid to say, okay, let me send my documents. And one of the things people don't realize, when you're sending your documents cannot speak. And so it means then, therefore, whatever information is in there, that is what's speaking for you. Correct. And so it is important that the information that you're sending, the documents that you're providing, that one, it is accurate, two, that it speaks to what it is that you're going to Canada for. For example, you cannot say you're going to Canada on a vacation with a job letter that says you're entitled to 2 weeks, but you would have put down on the application that you're going for 3 months. Then something is not accurate there. And oftentimes, that is why sometimes persons, when they do these things on their own, they don't look for. We assist also with U.S. visas. We've had persons who come in sometimes and say, oh, someone did my application, started my applications, and they, you go through it, and the amount of errors you have to take out, and just having an agent who is offering you that sort of standardized information where, hey, you know what, this is what you need, you don't need this. This is what you need, you don't need that.
Okay, so we have someone on the line, and we want to welcome in the caller to the round table this evening. Good evening, caller. Welcome.
Good evening. Hello. To the round table. This question goes to Jason. Jason Doyard, David Green Card.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to caller. I do apologize. We know that you're on, but we didn't hear you from our position that we're at. So just bear with us for 1 second, and we'll get you up. Hold on 1 second. Don't go. Do we have him now? Okay, caller. Hello? Good evening. Go ahead. We're hearing you now.
Hello. Good evening. This question goes to Jason. Do you have David Green Card to Jason? And what are the procedures they got you to get a Canadian visa? What are the procedures? What everything documents you have to have a Canadian visa? A question for Jason.
Okay, thank you, caller.
Yeah, if we hold on, Jason. If we don't have another caller, then we'll go. No, okay. So we'll go to. Okay, let's take the calls. You can go. Let's go ahead and take notes, and we'll try to answer. Okay, we're getting the other call set up. So Jason, you can go ahead and answer that.
Okay. Well, thank you, caller, for that question. Of course, we assist with U.S. visa. What we like
green card.
Green card. Sorry, yes, green cards. We do offer that assistance. Thank you for that.
What is a green card?
Do they still exist? Yes, they do. Yes, of course we do.
Has never been green.
Yes, anyway. We do assist with that, and what we'd like to do for persons who are looking for that sort of service, we ask for you to come into our office, of course, that we can give you that sort of consultation. But in terms of any completion of documents, of course, we can assist you with that in terms of giving you the information as far as what you would need in terms of medical things that you have to get. There's certain sealed records you have to walk with, different things that we can assist you with in terms of that. With respect to Canadian visas, the requirements are really having a job letter or presenting some form of documentation as to where your income comes through, whether be it a business license, job letter, pension document from Social Security, what have you. Also a bank statement. They're also looking for the birth certificate, a police record, and also you have to send a travel itinerary, and most importantly, that check of $100 Canadian per applicant. Sorry? Yes, and of course, your photos. That is also a requirement.
And you said send, so it's not a requirement that you have to travel.
No, and I think that's also something that there's been some misrepresentation there. You don't have to go, because going to Trinidad, you're really only going there and then dropping off your documents at the High Commission, and then they deal with the processing there. So you don't have to go. Your documents can be forwarded before you for you, so you can either email them or they can be mailed. Of course, if you're emailing your documents, they have to be scanned and that sort of thing, but still your passport has to go for that stamp. And so it is, to me, just best to just send all the documents together, you know, so that, you know, you can get. And we've actually done probably over 150 applications. I don't know, Canada seems to be the new place. I don't know, since this visa imposition, more people now want to go to Canada. And so, you know, we are happy to facilitate. We're happy to be, and I can confirm, we're probably the only agency that offers that sort of innovative service in completing that, because one of the things when we're talking about internet, it's not everyone who has internet in their homes, and it's not everyone who's computer savvy. It's not everyone who understands that, you know, there is Kingston and there's a Kingstown, you know, and so there are differences, you know, little things that people, because you might be booking a flight to maybe go to Charlotte to Mali, and you end up in Charlotte, and so
that's true again too.
Well, I mean, I think
and it's not only that persons are not savvy or anything like that. Sometimes it's time consuming. We have very busy lives.
Oh, I know it is.
And so we find that persons who are quite competent, they will just come and say, you know what, I have these forms to fill, and there's like 5 forms, and if you know the Canadian forms, they are pretty lengthy and tedious to some extent.
And they ask a lot of information.
They ask a lot of information. You know, so what we do to avoid the long wait, we ask persons to schedule an appointment. That is part of our customer service too. So rather than have you walk in and say, I want to get my Canadian visa application done, we ask you to schedule an appointment, so that would eliminate the long wait, and we give you all the information as to the requirements. So when you come, you sit and you wait for a short period, and we have an agent who is an able agent to facilitate that. And I must add that Jason mentioned that we are the only travel agency who does that, and that is because we have been very proactive. We stay abreast with what is happening, and even before the Canadian imposition, we have been doing Canadian visas. We've been doing all sorts of visas, and so we continue to lead in that regard. And
passports of different nations.
Yes, we do that.
Yeah, and of course, also to add, Mr. Ogaro, that one of the things that keeps us so current is that every day we stay abreast with information. Information changes every day, and so we try to keep abreast with what that information is, how best we can disseminate it to our customers so that they are aware, they are in the know. And so that is really our jobs, to make sure our customers are well prepared and well informed and advised.
Yes. Hassani, I'm going to go back to you. I mean, you know, we talk a lot about customer service from your end, but maybe getting into something now. I know one of the things that, I mean, people, I don't know, I'm kind of leery about, or probably don't have a good idea about. Is it important to buy insurance for, you know, whether it's a cruise, whether it's airline, or even for goods to move? And I know you guys move some goods, so Roger, we're going to come back to you with that. But
definitely, Mr. Ogaro, because there are a lot of things persons do have. They have them for a long time, and they are on. We can't replace them. The insurance covers that. They might not always get back what they need, but at least they have something to at least show for it, and at least be comforted to know that at least I have this travel insurance. It more or less took up some piece of what would have lost.
Sorry about that, Mr. Ogaro, but also, you know, just to add to what Hassani said, you know, I think the insurance also, based on your age, it is important because you want to protect your asset. Your insurance, you may have a house that is insured, and you want to make sure if you're going, let's say I'm going to Afghanistan, there are a lot of things that can happen to me there. And so I want to ensure that I leave that security for my children, for my loved ones, and also some tickets that you're
serious.
Yeah, and some tickets you're investing in. You're talking about tens of thousands of dollars in that investment, and you want to protect because, hey, on my way to the airport, I can get in a serious car crash.
But is there different levels of insurance? So for instance, can I insure against my trip getting cancelled?
There are different levels. There are different levels. You can lost luggage. They're different. If you will get sick and that time. We actually adopt the I think it's Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong
will go wrong. Yes, it's Murphy's
So that's the approach that we take, and so we sell travel insurance for various reasons. Even so, when you're going on a cruise, we do sell travel insurance. Really,
and we do encourage persons to do that. You know.
Okay. We do have another caller who's trying to get in, so let's hear what the caller has to say. Good evening, caller. Welcome to the round table.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I just wanted to thank Tranquility Vacations for coming on board and bringing so much information out there to the media as it relates to travel. But I just wanted to ask for those persons who, I know we were speaking earlier about going online and booking flights and not being able to have payment plans online. What about Tranquility? What do they offer in terms of payment plans?
Okay, thank you very much for your commendation and your call. We'll go ahead and
respond. Yeah, that's a very good question. Of course, we offer payment plans, and what we like to do is have the customer come in, because there's some persons who will say, hey, I can do $200 per month, or based on their salary. So we work out a payment scale in terms of when they want to start, when they want to travel, and when they want the payment plan to come to an end. And so also salary deductions, we do that. And so it is a whole lot going on. You don't have to come in with your bulk of money today to go. People have been paid, have already paid for going in September, and they would have started last year. Right. So we do offer that payment facility where we understand in today's economy that persons cannot always take up a lump sum of cash to put towards it. And we are real people, and I think for me that was one of the reasons why I chose to work and represent Tranquility Vacations, because there are other companies that don't offer that would offer a big company credit of up to maybe $40,000, but a little old lady who's selling peanuts, she cannot get a credit of maybe $1,000. And for me, I take that very personal, because I come from an area where persons don't always have that cash, and when you can help people, Mr. O'Gara, and because people have helped me. And so for me, one of the things that Tranquility offers, and why I can say that I proudly stand by their policy, is that we believe in people first.
And what if emergency travel though? How do you handle situations like that? Because I know some stuff happens and people have to go. I mean, is that part of the repertoire as well?
Yes, we do actually. Yeah, like Jason said, we represent people. Are quite important to us, and so we of course use our discretion when it comes to emergencies. We of course have a plan. We make sure that customers would sign an agreement to pay in the event that, or have someone second sign for them. We do cater for that. We haven't really had a problem with our accounts receivables. We make sure that is followed through. We have our accountant who follows through to make sure that the monies that are outstanding are received in a timely manner. But we do actually afford the payment plan. We actually tell people, generally when you are going to travel. You generally know that, except for an emergency. Next year I want to travel to visit my family. We're having a reunion, or my daughter's graduating. So what we say to you, come in to the office, sign up, and open an account. And you pay monthly, weekly, whatever is convenient to you. So by the time you're ready to go, you would have covered maybe even more than what the ticket would have cost. So that's a facility that we try to, we offer to our customers, and it's going pretty well. And that is one of the things that we're thinking outside the box.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're at the bottom of the hour. We'll take one more break and then we'll wrap it all up in the last hour. I have a question that I've heard asked so many times, and I did a little stint in the airline industry as well too. So, and I don't know. I still haven't found out whether or not this is true or not. So, truth or dare? We'll come back on the other side of the round table.
I guess we'll have to.
Tranquility Vacations is a locally owned new and innovative travel facility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in our final descent.
Trip is good so far. Hoping to get better.
Our service offerings include exceptional deals in online travel assistance, affordable visa application services, memorable cruise vacations, extraordinary land tours, reliable event planning, and online shopping services.
I came to Barbados with Tranquility Tours. I get my visa. I have achieved what I have come.
At the embassy, everything went smoothly.
I had lots of fun on this trip.
It's been fun for the 1 day, but I think it should have been 2 days.
And I would advise people to seek out tranquility if they're going to come to Barbados.
Mrs. Veet and her staff.
Thank you.
Visit us today at Rosemary Lane, Bastair, or give us a call at 468-703, leave us 661-14.
Want to get the latest news and information on demand? Check out zizonline.com. Our website is updated daily to bring you all the latest local, regional, and international news. Gone abroad and miss home? Check out zizonline.com for our live streams and uploaded local content. We're also on Facebook. Like our page and receive photos, info, and updates directly on your newsfeed. Living on the go? Then our new mobile website can work for you. Visit zizonline.com and get all the information you need on your phone's browser. zizonline.com, reaching you wherever you are.
Remember the number to call, 465-2555 if you want to say hi, hello to a friend, a family member, a loved one. Send somebody shout outs. I just say good afternoon to the DJ in the house. And you're locked to the Pulse of the Eastern Caribbean, the golden voice of the nation. We are ZIZ Radio. Yo, you know, so this your boy Cupid going hard right here, ZIZ. Join me on Sunday afternoons for SAS from 3 to 8. Join me on Monday nights for Mellow Mondays from 8 right up until midnight. Tuesday, On Track Tuesdays. Wednesdays, just like today, we call it Wild Out Wednesday from 11 to 3. Thursdays, my off day, so I'll be home resting. Check me back on Fridays for Free for All Fridays, where we get crunk from 3 right up until 8. Saturdays, 1 to 4. Saturday Sizzle. You know how we do it right here. The Pulse of the Eastern Caribbean, the golden voice of the nation. Your boy Cupid in the studio is going hard.
We are 112 Primary School, and you are watching ZIZ TV.
We don't have to worry about nothing, 'cause we got the fire, and we burning one hell of a something. They're gonna see us from outer space, light it up, like we're the stars of the human race.
Okay, you know, and as usual on the show, we have so much fun during the break. You know, some of the stuff that, of course, we can't let you, the audience, hear or know that we're even thinking of these things. But I was talking about the, I don't know, myth, unsubstantiated thought or whatever it is. You know, there are people who actually think that, you know, if you buy your tickets on a certain day of the week, I've heard Tuesdays, they say, you know what, airlines change over their prices on this particular day. And Tuesday is the day that I've heard bandied about pretty regularly. Is there any truth to the rumor that if I buy my ticket on a Tuesday?
No, there's no truth to that. You know, and you said Tuesday, but a lady told me 2 days ago that it was Thursday. So, you know, and I think while we were on the break, one of the things that we're saying that there are even people who have the myth that, hey, if you go to the embassy on a Monday, you know, you won't get through. Or if you go to the embassy by the end of the year, they've already given out all the want to give out, so you won't get it. There are people who say if you go the beginning of the year, they are giving away visas all the time. You know, some people say they don't like to go to the embassy in the afternoon because at that time they're tired and they're ready to go. So there are a lot of myths out there, and I'd like to, you know, take this opportunity to dispel them because, you know, honestly, we would have had about 31 you know, applicants, you know, on Monday, and out of the 31 there were 5 denials, and so I think that, you know,
so this was on your most recent trip?
Yesterday. I came back last night. Yes. So, you know, I want to say congratulations to all of you guys. You know, I had a wonderful time. You know, I don't want to get into calling names, but, you know, all you lovely ladies and so forth, you know, we had a wonderful time. And, you know, one of the things that we observed, you know, on this trip, you know, was the way people can look out for each other. And, you know, we're very good, and it makes you appreciate home a lot when you travel. And so I think too often, you know, for me, traveling, it gives me the opportunity to be thankful for what I have at home. Places, the freedom of having to go places, and the food that you get here, and different things, you know. So for us,
you're not knocking Barbados, by the way.
Oh no, I'm not. You know?
Definitely not.
just checking. We have a lot of fans in Barbados.
Yes, of course. And we have family there as well.
And we actually, Barbados is actually our second home. We have adopted Barbados, and as a matter of fact, when we go to the embassy, we are recognized. Tranquility Vacations, here we come. We are recognized to Antigua because we've built that bond, because we've been doing it for 2.5 years. We've established ourselves. We are well known, and we do actually boast the highest success rates. We actually have 98% on most of our things, and it's not because it's just by the way. It's just because we put so much into
what
customer service as well.
It's you know, like taking on the thought that, you know, we are not these type of people where you go to have, let's say, a back alley abortion. We are people who take our time and ensure that the information that that is being received is accurate onto your document. The information that you are required to have, that it is up to par. You know, sometimes persons, for example, and it may not be that they did not see it, but, you know, we have to realize that, you know, it's not everyone would go through and scrutinize their job letter, for example. You know, they put the spelling of your name incorrectly, or they said you started in 2010 when they meant to put 2000, you know, and so you're telling them, hey, I've been working for 15 years, and they're saying, well, your job letter doesn't say that. Your job letter said you started in 2010, you know. So these are little things that sometimes people don't always pick up. And so we want to ensure that whenever we deal with these people, whenever we deal with our clients, that we ensure that they have the accurate information.
It's basically just paying attention to detail, and that is what we set out to do.
And but that's critical as well, too, because I'm telling you, I remember back in the day having to send my that time you were able to send your, you know, documents to the U.S. consulate in Antigua at the time.
Yes.
And send everything without a signature on the form. But we're going to change gear right now. You guys, and we talked about relevance earlier, and, you know, how to, you know, keep the travel agency, you know, in the forefront of what we do. So, and you guys have gone into other areas of business. And just before I go to you, though, Raji, on that, we're still taking calls. So if you have any questions for us, you know, there's a lot of you out there listening, and we're providing information. So if you don't feel comfortable calling and, you know, going live on the air, of course you know how to reach the guys at Tranquility for the information that you desire. But Raji, SwiftPack, that's another area, and I mean that's huge in St. Kitts, Nevis, because of the fact that, you know, so many people shop online. You know, what does that do for the business?
Okay, SwiftPack is basically a new and innovative shipping service. We brand it as a shop, ship and save service. You basically come to our offices, and one of our agents would actually sign you up for SwiftPack. It's free of cost, of course, and you'd be getting a U.S. address. And all you have to do, you go online, you process your orders, and in reasonable timing, your packages will be here on island in perfect condition. And we also ensure that the process for that is also hassle-free. we ensure that once packages are at the location, we make sure when it comes to the office, you are called and you are advised as to, you know, what the necessary costs are. And we also ensure that our customers, sometimes, you know, we all make mistakes in terms of when we are processing our orders, and, you know, your package, instead of coming to St. Kitts, your package may have gone to another Caribbean island. We would ensure that, you know, that is desisted from, and persons actually have their packages coming to the...
Bear with me 1 second. Okay. So that person needed to get internal information. In terms of the Swift Pack, though, I know there's there's always this thing with customs, where people are either scared to go do it themselves. What options do they have as it relates to your services in SwiftPack?
Customers, actually, they have the option of whether they would want us to clear the packages or whether they themselves would like to go to customs and clear.
And what are the requirements? Because if I'm not mistaken, I thought I heard something that went into effect yesterday, as it relates to small packages and standardizing the way stuff is cleared.
Okay. Normally, we would advise customers, once your order has been placed and you have received your invoice, you must send it to us, whether you would want us to clear that particular package, and then we would actually go through the procedure of going to customs and clearing that package for you.
Let's take this call, and then we're going to get back to you, because I want to ask you, you know, one of the interesting questions. Good evening, caller. Welcome to the round table.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
We are providing you with all of this information, our personal information. How confidential is this information kept?
That's a pretty interesting question. All right, caller, thanks for that question. We definitely appreciate that. Jasmine, I'll let you take that, and we'll get back to you, Raji.
Thank you for the question, caller. We deem ourselves professionals, and before an agent is actually employed by us, we do our checks, and, you know, of course, we do our checks to make sure that that person has a certain level of maturity and confidence and is trustworthy. And of course, they are monitored, they are supervised and managed. And they understand that a person's information is confidential. Even in the case where if for example, any worker, you might see a cousin, a friend, a sister coming to the office to treat with a matter, which is, you might feel like, oh, how come this person is traveling and they are not traveling with their partner? We know that that information has to be kept there. It's none of their business. You have to treat the customers, if you don't know them, with confidence. And that is something that we continue to practice. We exert high levels of professionalism. Like I said, it's one of the criteria for being a part of our team. And so your information is kept confidential. When you come to our office, you provide us with details of very personal information, and we recognize that. And so you can rest assured that that information is kept secured and within house.
Yes, and also just to add to that, Mrs. Weeks, was also, you know, persons bring certain documents. We don't keep the documents. So your job letters and stuff like that, they're placed in your package. You take them, and we never see them again after you would have completed your embassy's trip, for example. You know, if it's the credit card information, that is shredded. We don't keep those kind of information. The information that we keep would be persons' names, date of birth, emails, telephone numbers. That is what is in our database. So, for example, when we want to call Mr. O'Gara and wish him happy birthday, his name is in our database.
And one of the things we also keep is sometimes, and with request, upon request, is your passport number, because your passport number, the date and expiry, because sometimes persons don't even recognize that their passport is close to expiry. Once we ask you if you're okay with this, so we give you a call and let you know that your passport expires in 2 weeks. And so that is why we keep that information. But that goes with the consent of the customer.
Okay, good response to that. But Raji, I do a lot of online shopping as well, and I've used your services before, and I know customs is very, very ticklish when it as it relates to these invoices that you know people people take to you. What do you do in a situation where you know, listen, this is not right or real?
Before I let Roger respond, I want to well, one of the things that we have actually instituted, what we have found, we've been doing this, as a matter of fact, we're just 1 year in providing that service. We recognize the need for that service to become, we realize that persons in St. Kitts Nevis, they shop for everything. They shop for a bottle, shop for a paper clip. I mean,
absolutely.
They do shop. And what we recognize that sometimes people are very, although they shop, they look for the cheapest things most of the times. Although some people would shop for quality rather than quantity. Some customers shop for, you know, because of something is affordable, more affordable. And what happens is that we also have customers who, well, the customs do have, they would have their own standards in terms of the percentage that they would charge. Of course, there's a cost because that is revenue for the country, of course. And that's persons, however, try to evade paying the rates. And so what we have happening is that we actually have persons who try to edit their invoices so that you know, and it's not authentic. They reflect, and it's customs as they have been working with us. So what we have asked, and it's a new policy we have instituted to cover ourselves, is to have customers no longer email the invoices where you can get it. We ask you to print the invoices, bring them to us. And if the invoice, we are not detectives or anything, but if the invoice doesn't look, you know,
if it looks a bit fishy,
if it looks a bit, you know, sketchy, then
if it looks like it's a Microsoft Word document,
then we would advise the customer to take the invoice to the customs themselves and clear their package, because on occasions we have had customs asking the customers to come directly to clear their packages. But however, despite that, that happens in the minority, and we try to provide that service with terms of customs. We have a very good relationship with our with customs, of course, and that has to be because, you know, they work with us in terms of accommodating us long hours going up there, having them to go through each package and with the fine-tooth combs make sure that everything is okay before we price them and send them back so that we can distribute them to our customers.
And I think one of the questions Mr. Guy was asking was about the new imposition. I think Customs has now said if someone else, if you're coming to clear your goods, that you have to walk with a government-issued ID. I think one of the
questions I had as it relates to that, I know it says government-issued,
but we have raw students who are here who may not have.
Or, I mean, is it any government? I mean, can I take my U.S. driver's license?
Well, and that's the thing.
I think maybe I'm sure Mr. Bell will find a way to
persons are listening. They can
advise. But they said government-issued ID.
I did hear that.
Also, additionally, they said if someone else is going to clear, I'm clearing something for Mr. Garrow. Mr. Garrow has to give me consent, on a written consent, as to who is clearing it, my name, his consent, that sort of information.
And that letter of consent really must also be not one that is fictitious. It has to be a genuine letter, because sometimes people, so it's really up to them to their discretion.
And one of the additions as well too that may have been missed, because in terms of me writing a letter to give someone the authorization, I have to also provide my ID as well, and I can send a copy of the ID.
Because up to as early as last week, I actually did that same thing. I would have asked my brother to clear something at the port for me. In regards to the letter, I also sent my ID. So at least it corresponds to the signature that's on the letter
as well.
Correct. And that is in effect, just for folks who are watching and listening, started yesterday. And, you know, I think that the Customs has done a tremendous job. I want to say, you know, thanks to all those guys. So, I mean, I think we've had a really, you know, good the discussion tonight as it relates to thinking outside the box for traveling. We were talking about SwiftPack. What we're going to do We do have some information that we can share with you.
Yes.
From QuickPack. SwiftPack, I'm sorry. and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll wrap it up from there. So let's see, you know, how SwiftPack impacts our life here in St. Kitts Nevis.
Welcome to SwiftPack, your shopping and shipping network. Our SwiftPack team possess a wealth of experience coupled with cutting-edge cargo management technology and exceptional customer service to make your experience a pleasant one. We invite you to use our express shipping, ocean or air cargo, shopping and U.S. mailbox services to experience the satisfaction and convenience we offer. From the supplier to your door, we handle it all for you. Get started now. Sign up for a free regular account or a premium account online or at any SwiftPack office. Be sure to check your email or representative for your welcome letter and account information. Now you can get started using all SwiftPack services, the best way to shop online and ship.
Hi SwiftPack, I love my new back to school stuff. Thanks. With SwiftPack, my books, my toys, right on time.
As a leading logistics provider in the Caribbean and the USA, SwiftPack has expanded its network and developed innovative tools to meet and exceed our customers' expectations, from online account sign-up to cargo tracking.
If you're looking for online shopping and courier services, then definitely SwiftPack is highly recommended. I can say this because I've used their services for both personal and business use. Otech Computer Services has definitely benefited from their services. Over the years, I've used their air services to ship my smaller stuff, and I've also used their ocean service to ship the larger orders. The free mailbox that comes with the services offers such a convenient option, so you can complete your shopping online, whether via their online services or via your own site that you want to shop on, and just send it to their box, and it gets to you in perfect condition, on time, every time. This is excellent customer service.
We take our commitment to our customers very seriously, and each office, each staff member knows that it is their responsibility to handle our customers' business with care and attention to detail.
I am a regular customer of SwiftPack St. Lucia, and I love this service. I receive my packages on time, and the prices are very affordable. They treat me like I'm family.
Hey guys, receiving my SwiftPack goods was quick and easy. You can get your goods via sea or air, and the signing up was very easy. I'm excited, my package is here. Thank you, SwiftPack.
Whether it's a small domestic pickup or a large international shipment, our logistics experts are committed to handling your cargo with the professionalism and the urgency it deserves, delivering a wide range of global and domestic services. These include air and ocean cargo, U.S. mailbox, express package, DDP service, and domestic LTL and FTL shipments with precision yet personalized.
It was amazing how easy the sign-up process was, and I got my package within a few days. Customer service at SwiftPack is excellent.
Our experienced team and our exceptional cargo technology ensures that our customers are always informed of the movement of their cargo from origin to destination. Our technology has enabled us to offer exceptional convenience to customers, such as online quotes for shipments, automated pickup requests, and online payment. At SwiftPack, we simplify logistics for you.
Welcome back to the roundtable. And of course, there you saw the information on SwiftPack, and we do apologize to the caller. They called right as we started the video, and so we didn't want to stop it. But we'll give you an opportunity if you still want to call in, and if you have a question, suggestion, and you still want to call in, we'll give you the opportunity to do so. While we're waiting to see whether or not that caller will call in, Tranquility Vacations, of course, and we're talking about customer service and the relevance of the travel agency, and how important the customer is as well. And you guys have some people who have been very faithful throughout the 2.5 years that you've been in existence. So I'll give you the opportunity now to say thanks to those folks.
Opportunity to acknowledge well, all of our customers who continue to bring business to us and who continue to make us viable and alive yet. However, I want to acknowledge some very outstanding customers, and I would want to identify them in the various areas of services. For example, our SwiftPack customers. Our SwiftPack is our newest service, and we would want to take this opportunity to acknowledge our winner for the there's a prize for the winner, the person who would have continued to order almost every week. We would have seen that customer coming through our doors, ordering lots of items. We want to take this opportunity to acknowledge Jacinta Cannonier. She is from Bastia. We want to say thank you to Jacinta, and she can come to our office tomorrow to discuss what she would get from us as a notion of appreciation. We also want to thank our runner-up in St. Kitts as well, Tanisha Gowden. Tanisha Gowden, we want to say thank you for continuing to order lots of items on a continuous basis. We really appreciate your business, and we want to say thank you. So you can come to our office and visit us as well for us to discuss what you will be getting as a token of our appreciation. We cannot forget in Nevis, of course. We do have our customers, our clientele is actually building fast in Nevis, and we want to say very hearty thank you to Olawi Lescott over there in Nevis, and her runner-up is Kerry Ann Ward. We want to also say thank you to the rest of the persons who continue to serve, who continue to give us the business. We're happy to serve you, and we just want to recognize you. In the area of cruises, we want to say thank you very much and acknowledge Miss Viola Ione Fritz of Bird Rock, Bastia. She continues to be one of our customers. She's very savvy when it comes to traveling. She's always up to date. She pops in ever so often to find out what is happening, and she continues to support us. Viola Ione Fritz, we ask you to visit our office, and we want to say thank you. We also want to say thank you to Imelda Richards as well from St. Peter's. She is one of our customers, continue to support us. She just pops in ever so often just to see how we're doing and give us all the support. She actually was one of our fun makers on our catamaran cruise we did on Mother's Day. She made our catamaran cruise a success it was, and we want to say thank you, Imelda Richards, and we ask you to visit our office tomorrow or during the course of this week for us to discuss your price. Over in Nevis, we want to say thank you very much for Miss Claudina Pinney. She's a stalwart. She's our support system, and she does all the networking for us. She works for us. She's an honorary member of Tranquility Vacations. Claudina Pinney, a pleasant good evening, and thank you so much for continuing to give us of your business and continue to sell our business on our behalf. Thank you. We also want to say thank you very much to Miss Donna Hanley. She has also come on board to be part of our clientele, and we want to say thank you, Donna, for doing your recent business with us. Thank you very much, and we look forward to speaking with you with respect to your price trip. We also want to say thank you in the area of travel to one customer, Mr. Thomas Richards. He does basically everything with us. Every time he's one of those savvy travelers, but he always believes in giving us business. He continues to follow us, and he's one of them who always pops in now and again and say, I'm just checking to see what promotions there are. I want to plan. And he's a planner. He plans in advance, and he also want to say thank you. We also want to recognize two other customers in the area of travel. We have Mr. Denzel Cook. Thank you very much, Mr. Denzel Cook, for coming to us and being our support, saying we want to say thank you. You continue to give us of your business, and we want to ask you to continue, and we want to show our appreciation, so we ask that you visit our office. Thank you very much, Mr. Denzel Cook. And finally, just as important, we want to say thank you very much to Mr. Robert Jeffers. Robert Jeffers continued to be a loyal customer to us. And he's a planner. He plans in advance for his vacation. He comes to our office. He gives us all the support that we need, and we want to say thank you very much. Thank you to all our customers. We appreciate your business very much. Thank you for keeping us afloat. We really appreciate it, and from all of us, we say thank you very much.
All right, so there you had it. All the thanks to all the customers. So what I'm going to do, we're right up against the hour, and I know any minute now my producers are going to be, flashing signs at me. So Hassani, we'll start with you. Just a few closing words before we get out of here.
No problem. Well, definitely there's nothing more than a comforting thank you to all our staff. Also, the customers out there, we're always here. Please and always welcoming you guys in. Do stop by, come and see us anytime. We'll be definitely here to please you guys, always with a smile.
All right, Raji, your turn.
Okay, I just want to say thanks once again to all our customers and to our potential customers. I want to extend an early thank you to you as well. We, as you know, we provide some of the greatest services here in St. Kitts and Nevis, I must say. And, it's been a pleasure thus far working with a lot of you, and I'm looking forward to be working with a majority of the population of St. Kitts and Nevis in the near future.
Jason.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ogaro. I want to say thank you to the listening audience. Thank you for those callers that we would have had. Thank you to those persons who would have given of your time and your business. I just want to end by reminding persons that a professional travel agent is trained to guide a client through the entire process of planning a trip, whether for business or leisure. Travel agents take classes, participate in seminars, become destination specialists, and join a professional associations such as the ASTA in order to ensure they make their clients, each client's travel experience as personalized, convenient, memorable as possible. And so we want to end by saying thank you. Come in and visit us at Tranquility Vacations, where the travel experts can ensure that all of your travel needs are taken care of, and that whenever you're planning your next trip, that the place to go and the people to see is at Tranquility Vacations. Thank you.
And Jasmine, you have the
Just
last
to
word,
reiterate what I would have said earlier, we just want to say that despite the many challenges that we face with the internet, we want to say that we are the survivors. We are fighting. We turn all the challenges into opportunities, and we are the go-to people. So whenever you decide to travel, whenever there's a need, or you have a friend or family traveling, whenever you need to order something online, then you have no choice but to check with the professionals, Tranquility Vacations. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for viewing and listening. We will see you sometime soon.
All right, thank you guys. So that's our show tonight, but just a program note, of course, from ZIZ. Next week, we're going to be here with the Roundtable Monday and Tuesday. We're taking a break for Music Festival and CPL, and so we're trying to get, our clients. So next week, Monday, we're still working out the details for that show. On Tuesday night, though, we'll have the folks from the Sugar Industry Restoration Fund. They're going to come to explain, more to the general public as to, how the office is functioning and, how people can take part in such an important venture. Of course, this is a busy summer for us. And so, for you folks who are a customer watching and listening, our summer basically starts tomorrow. West Indies play against Australia in Dominica, and ZIZ, of course, will be there for the first ball at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning at ZIZ Television. CPL comes up. We have our own team now, SKN Patriots, so we're going to go out and support our team. And for the folks who are out there, the businesses, time slots and prices, they're going very fast. So if you intend on sponsoring for the CPL, you need to call us immediately. Music Festival, of course, we're the media partner there, so we're going to be doing some work for them as well. Culturama, we're doing the same. White Sands, we're doing the same. FIFA Football, we're working on the deal, of course, with DirecTV and Caribbean Broadcasting Union to bring you all FIFA tournaments up to and including the World Cup in Russia 2018. Street Soccer, which the finals in Jamaica. And we have the finals here in St. Kitts actually tomorrow night, or Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. And then the winner will go to Jamaica, so we'll show that live. We'll bring that live to you as well. And of course, next week, Wednesday, St. Kitts Nevis versus El Salvador. This is the highest ranked team, I think. I think Mexico is ranked higher. So one of the highest ranked team that we're going to play, and that will be on ZIZ television as well on the 13th and the 14th. I'm telling you, this summer just gets crazier. 13th and the 14th of June, it's nationals here in St. Kitts. We're dealing with athletics now, and we're going to be streaming the games live. And of course, our hero, Kim Collins, will be taking part in the nationals this year. So not only for the folks who are here in St. Kitts, we want you to go out to the Kim Collins Stadium. If you're overseas, then you have the option to view it at www.zizonline.com. And of course, you can go through the Google Play Store, Apple, forward new app. I'm getting tired of there. Then of course, that wraps up our summer. One thing to look forward for this year, though, in terms of the music festival, we will be bringing back Sing Your Way in a big way. So look out for some information. If you want free VIP tickets to go to the music festival, learn how to sing and practice the songs for the artists who are going to be taking part in the music festival. We're going to be out at the jump off this week. You can come. Hey, you can either sing good or make yourself a fool, and you may end up winning a VIP ticket to attend this year's music festival. That's our summer program. Let me just wrap up by saying the short answer to the question, do travel agents even exist anymore, which was asked in the intro, is yes. While most of us are more than comfortable using deal sites to book cruises and plane tickets, travel agents still serve a purpose, and I hope and trust that we have made that point. That's our show for tonight. We'll see you next Monday.